This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Don't mistake the new me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the home team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster along, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team, I here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Forget the things you probably thought you knew. A new day is approaching, turn the gray skies into blue. I grew up on these same blocks, school of hard knocks. Had to get it on a hard top, took the hard shots, but we made it. Anticipated, highly decorated. The home team is winning, celebrated. The victory is all mine, and everything is alright. And you know how to see things, confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team, I here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like,
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid for the first episode of the season of the year, man. The Detroit Lions got the victory over the San Francisco 49ers, but it is January 1st, 2025. For the first time all year, I had to change the graphic, like 24. That's been like that for 365 days, and for the first time, I had to change it. So, felt weird, but here we are. It's crazy, man. My son turns 15 in a couple of days, man, and it's crazy. Shout out to Casey. What up? Fresh and Fly. What's up, Shift God? If we didn't play our starters yesterday and lost, wouldn't we be a game behind Minnesota even though we hold the tiebreaker? So, yes, when we lost, or when Minnesota won on Sunday, they went up to the first seed because they had one more win than we did. So we're tied right now, and we went back in front because we have the tiebreaker. Because right now we have the same record, but the head-to-head will be split if the Vikings win. But it will be it's so many. I think they're going by strength of schedule because both teams will be 5-1 in the division, and then you've got common games, then you got division, you got strength of schedule. So somehow they got it worked out. What's up, Hernando? Says, what's up, hey, Lions, Derek? Not related. I'm trying to make extra cash just in case the Lions come to Tampa to play Bucks. Is DoorDash, Uber Eats? Yes. Okay, so DoorDash is super easy. You could be approved in the same day. Uber is going to take a little while. They got to do a background check, and they do it with DoorDash too, but DoorDash you can do it. If you want to go, just in case they play Tampa, I would sign up today. Leave the stream, go sign up, and you might be able to deliver by the weekend. So what's up? Eric, what's good with you, bro? What's going on? Justin Station. Man, what's up? Listen, so I was sick 2 weeks ago. I don't think I have COVID. Now I got to sneeze. Man. I don't think I have COVID, and I don't want to waste the test because I checked 2 weeks ago and I didn't have it. I just think I got something. So I probably won't go. Hold on. Gotta let that. I probably won't go to the game. If I don't feel better, I'm not going to go to the game, which sucks because I wanted to be there. What up, Josh? What's good, man? Kind of concerned about Anzalone playing. Okay, we got some news on that, and we got Dan Campbell's press conference pulled up. That is supposed to start at 4:30, so we'll be bringing that in. According to Danny Rogers, Anzalone is on the practice report, which means that his 21-day window has been open. We'll probably talk about that later. What's up, Tyrell? What's going on, man? Minnesota would have the first, but we would take it back if we won this week. No, we got it back now, Easy. We got it back now. Cool hoodie. Thank you. This came from Meyer, man. Meyer Special. The one I wore in yesterday's video came from Walmart, of all places. I do not shop at Walmart unless I need a very specific thing that comes from Walmart. So I went to Walmart to look for some undershirts that I had before that I don't know how I got these because I didn't buy them. Maybe my brother-in-law gave them to me. And I went and I tried to find them and I couldn't. Oh my God, bro. Man. Bro. That's gonna suck, man, because I wanted to go. I wanted to go, man. If I eat some food, man, and I can't taste it, then I don't know. But yeah. Hopefully I don't have any. Hold on. But the show goes on, man. So, yep. Anzalone, they did like a walkthrough, I think. Thank you, Fave. Thank you. It will be much. Yeah, he's not going to play. He's not going to play, but I think he's not going to play till the playoffs. Target usually has a lot of stuff. Yes. Yeah, they do. I usually go to Target as well. But one thing I know about Target is like they're very season specific. So now that the Lions season, the football season is over, their Lions gear is like depleted. But they didn't really have a ton of stuff. But yeah, I get a lot of stuff from Target as well. That blue hoodie that I was wearing with the lion on it, that came from Target. It sucks to have such an incredible offense with a lackluster defense. Absolutely. I still think we win, but we play how we did in the first two halves versus San Francisco. Man, that was tough. Terrence says, I can barely sleep already. What's up, Big Walt? What's going on, man? So listen, had a great time in San Francisco. I met a guy there that, hold on, I got to show you all this picture, man. It was like the funniest thing ever. Okay, hold on, let me check this first. Oh, that was the practice report. All right. So I saw a lot of people in San Francisco, a lot of people at the stadium. I have been recognized more there than I think anywhere else. And I gotta show y'all this because I thought this was hilarious. Okay, where's my own tweets at? Got my big old thing of tissue right here. Man. Oh, also, if you have like the game recorded, go back and watch. Like if you have the Monday Night Football on ESPN, if you got like the pregame show they were doing, go back and watch it and see if you can spot me in the crowd, me and the fellas I was with. I had on a blue hoodie, so you might not be able to see me that well, but definitely go back and see if you can spot me and the folks I was with. All right. So let me show y'all this real quick because I think this is hilarious. Right here. All right. So I saw a guy that was in San Francisco. And I saw a lot of folks in San Francisco from the stadium to the airport. I mean, they were like, Syndicate. I was even sitting on a plane and it was a guy in front of me. This is coming back home yesterday. Dang, man, hold on. Hey, listen. It's time. This year we about business. We're about business, man. It's time to we got to get the business rolling. Because the one-man show, I don't know if I can keep it up. Hold on. I got to take my pills. I forgot. Oh. I don't want to miss Dan Campbell getting in front of the media. What time is it? Okay, he gets. I got it pulled up, man. Okay, let me minimize this screen because I want to make sure I don't miss him. I'm gonna minimize this. Come back here and blow it. Okay, so we'll talk about because we got a guy to talk about, bruh. We gonna talk and I'm gonna go off on this dude again. All right, hold on. I need a staff. And then it sucks, man, because I don't feel well. Man. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm in the crowd, right? And this guy was like, Syndicate, what's up? So I'm looking around. I'm trying to find him. I see him. Now, thankfully, he was wearing white, so he was easily seen. But I met this gentleman here, and I feel like I had met him before. And he goes by Chef Daddy on Twitter. So he sees me, super excited to see me. I was, it's always cool to meet somebody new and meet a fan, and a fan of whether it's the Lions or the channel, right? So he tells me, so this is him right here, and so the ESPN booth is over here somewhere, and this is as they were gearing up. So his wife, I'm assuming, his wife is there, and she started calling him out. She like, yo, you was talking all that junk, talking to him. Like, what you about to do? What you gonna do now? And I'm like, what you talking about? Like, what you was talking about the junk? What's she talking about? So he said, he was like, man, we don't always agree, man. And I said, when I saw you, I was gonna slap you. And I died laughing. It was so funny. And he was super cool. Like, it was completely, I know people be in their feelings. Like, I'm an acquired taste, right? So he was like, yo, man, it was funny because she called him out. And so I was like, I let him slap me. I was like, well, you said you was going to slap me, man. Give me a slap right here. So he gave me a little slap, man, and we kept it moving. But, yeah, that's crazy. Yes, Fave, we do need a commercial break, bro. For real. I might have to start working on that as well. Drink some ginger, tea, and Hall's cough drops and a hot shower. The hot shower's on the menu. I got some man, what did my wife buy me? 2 weeks ago, I was sick. She bought me some stuff, man. But going to these games, bro, they will fry you. And it's crazy because if I came back with COVID, a year ago I had COVID coming back from San Francisco. So it was absolutely crazy. Rams lose Sunday. They dropped to the 4th seed. Okay, Shift God, check this out. No, they don't. I already did the math. And Matthew Stafford is resting. And it ain't no way that Sean McVay does that. The Rams are 10-6. The best case scenario for the Bucks is I just looked, bro. Hold on, let me pull it up. Because the Bucks are, yes. Wait a minute. You might be on to something. Hold on, you might be right. The Bucks are 9-7, and the Rams are 10-6. But Stafford is resting. He's resting, bro. So maybe not. But you know what? We can pull up the playoff predictor and see. Because I just got a tweet saying that Sean McVay was resting them. Yo, Derek, I'm a longtime viewer. Don't comment as much, but I'm in every live. I'd be down to help out on game day streams and content this year. Hey, AJ, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Was you one of the ones that I saw? Wait, at least we getting Barnes back, or is he done for the season? Jason, right now, no word on Barnes, man. I think he's done. Enzo taking too long. I don't get it. It was a forearm. He's on the practice report today. So that means that his 21-day window has started, and I'm sure Dan Campbell will talk about that as soon as it starts. That's supposed to go live in 5 minutes. Roma says, what's up, D? Happy New Year from New Zealand, man. I appreciate you, bro. It's crazy to believe it's 2025. It's crazy. What's up, Sports Talk with Rob says, Happy New Year, bro. Bigger wins in 2025. Yeah, it's a big year. It's going to be a big year for the Lions. Alex A was at practice as we speak. Yep. Everyone like and share the live. Appreciate that. What's up, Kiera? What's going on, man? So, okay. Let's see. Let's pull up ESPN and let's go to the playoff machine. Man, I'm telling you, I got to pick up my kid today from his mom's house, and I don't feel like it. I do not feel like it. All right, playoff machine. Where is it? There it is. Because you got me curious now, man. I thought that, and then once I heard they was resting Sean McVay, resting Matthew Stafford, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. So let's see. You said if the Rams lose, so if the Bucs win and the Rams lose, according to the matchup predictor, the Rams are still in the 3rd seed. What's up, Cordell? What's going on, man? So that's what the matchup predictor says. And it would make sense because they're resting Matthew Stafford. Sean McVay already said they're resting him. A lot of Patrick Mahomes is resting. Saquon Barkley is resting. And I'm like, dang, wouldn't it have been nice if the Green Bay Packers, bruh, I mean, come on, dog. Come on, man. What are we doing here? And then they made it interesting at the end just to lose. God, man. So we got to Thanos this thing. I mean, come on, bro. It was like 10-27 with 6 minutes left. And then I'm like, you're not taking field goals. You fumbling the football. Come on, bro. If they could have done it, then we could be resting people too. It's crazy. What up, Adam? Adam, what's going on, man? Okay, Fresh and Fly says, Derek, I see the NFL narrative having us lose next week, dropping to the 5 seed to face the Bucs in round 1, and then Rams in round 2 on the road. I hope not. Okay, Fresh. You know, how long we got? Dan Campbell about to start. But you might be on to something. But I got a better narrative. The NFL is about money, and I got a better one. But I wanted to talk about a few things. I wanted to talk about Za'Darius Smith. I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter asking what happened to him. I'm like, what do you mean what happened to him? But we're going to talk about that. As soon as Dan Campbell, as soon as he gets off the podium. Braylon with the dono, I appreciate you, man. Says, I want to play the AFC North in 2025, especially Baltimore. I think we do, don't we? And check this out. We play Matthew Stafford. No. Wait a minute. When do we play the Rams? We played the NFC West this year. Oh, will we play the Rams next year because they won the division and we might as well? I don't know. Hutchinson 21-day window has to start next week if he wants to play in the Super Bowl. Not necessarily, Andrew. The 21-day window is the max amount of time you have. The max amount of time. And there are 39 days until the Super Bowl. So it doesn't have to start right now because he's got, it would have to start probably in the divisional round. That's what I would think. Oh, that's right. We play Philly and them next year. So we play the NFC West next year. So we play in Philly, right? In NFC East. My bad. NFC East. So we play in Philly. Dallas should come to us. We probably play in Washington. And then New York should come to Ford Field, I think. I think it's like 2-2. A lot of money involved. If we don't have a bye week, everyone tunes in to see the Lions. Yeah, I think we'll play the AFC North and NFC East next season. I think that is correct. And we should play the Steelers at home. We should play the Ravens at home. I think we should play, who else? The Bengals on the road. We're going to, because they blew us out at home, right? So that's a game that I'm going to because it's only 3 hours away. And then the Browns will be at home. Yeah, I think. Yep. Because we played them, Jared Goff's, Dan Campbell and them first year. So that's going to be a good one. But all of those games, the AFC North, the ones like with Cincinnati and stuff, or whichever we play, I should be able to go. Except Baltimore, I'm not going there. What's going on with Mosley? I don't know. Y'all tell me. How many snaps did he have? I was up in fours. I couldn't really see much. Dan Campbell's at the podium. All right. Let's bring him in.
They create issues really in all three phases that we're going to need to be prepared for. But it's a challenge we're looking forward to. So like I said after the game, these are exciting times. To be able to play in these type of games. So we're looking forward to it.
So I just had a quick question about the last game that didn't get a chance to ask yesterday. At the very end of the game, you scored the touchdown with 3 minutes to go, up 12. Why did?
Yeah, I ordinarily would have. I just chose not to. But yeah, normally I'd go for 2. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, I would normally. Yes. No. So you won't have to worry about it moving forward. Ordinarily, yes.
Having competed in the same division with Kevin O'Connell for the last 3 years, what do you respect about him and the battles that you guys have had?
Yeah, listen, he's an excellent coach. I mean, you look at what he's done now, going on 3 years. Their offensive scheme is they do a great job, man. Very creative, and they understand how to find weaknesses and pick at them. Get the most out of their players, put their players in position to have success. And, I think sometimes it's, when you have like a player like Jefferson, it's, you got Jefferson, but it's not always that easy because everybody's trying to, you're trying to double him. You're trying to do your best to take him away. And for them, he's your best player. So you still have to find ways to get him involved and get him in the game so that he helps you. And they do a really good job of that. They move him around. Jefferson's smart as well as everything else. He can handle all that. And so that's just, a couple things they do. I like what they do in the run game as well. And then he's just, you can't argue with the production of this team, what they've done, had some tough games last year, they had some injuries and they were able to battle through it and, finished with a positive note just for the season itself, and to get through that and come back battling this year. And he's made the most out of that personnel, man. They got really good personnel and they're playing at a high level.
Is there any time this week where you can just kind of appreciate the magnitude of this game and how rare it is, 14-win teams, how pivotal the winner and loser situation will be?
I don't know. It's like I said, we're all excited. I mean, this is exciting, but it's not like it's the playoffs, And so yeah, it's for where we're at. It's the next one, and it is exciting. But it's we all know it's still going to come down to the prep, and we got to put the work in. It's going to start today. We'll be out there in a walkthrough, and then man, you put your best foot forward, and you give your guys all you can. You cut them loose and let them go make plays, and see where you stack up. So that's the exciting part.
Because both teams are going to have another game, right? It's not like this is it. It's a big deal. But
Yeah.
Is that part of it?
Yeah, well, I just think it is what it is. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know how to answer it really. I mean, yeah, it's big. It's great, but it's like, yeah, it is what it is. I mean.
It seemed like from year to year, we watched you. First year, you said goals. At what point did the number one seed become like a realistic goal for you guys? Like, hey, we're going to chase after that. We heard you guys talking about it all year, but at what point did you set that a goal? And what would that really mean for you getting number one seed?
Well, I mean, I think that was really, that was the end of last year. You come out of that game and feel like, what gives you the best odds to get to where the ultimate is, which is, as we all know, what the prize is, and that's the Super Bowl. Well, you try to set yourself up the best you can, and that's why you put those goals out there. So, yeah, it's been there for a while. So certainly this is something we want to do, and we've had in our minds, and division and 1 seed and all that, and it's right here in our hands. Say it again.
Any chance Lance alone back this week or any of those?
He'll be out there running around today, so we'll see how he does. It's really going to be how he. Tomorrow's going to be, I think, a really big day for us to see where he's at.
Jared being in his prime and referencing the growth that he's made of late. He's 30, which obviously is not old for quarterbacks, but a lot of times people associate growth with young guys. So what is it about his personality, his work ethic, whatever it is, that's allowed him to make the leaps that he's made recently, and where have you seen his biggest strides?
Well, I would say he's a student of the game, and he's a student of the game. He's a student of what we're doing offensively. He's a student of defenses, so he puts in the legwork. And then he constantly, I think with anybody, he wants to learn the next thing, right? He absorbs everything. And I think he's always looking for the next, if I see something, what can I use and put it into my game? Or is this something we can use? And, where can he grow as a quarterback? I think he's always thinking that way. Like, can I be better with my eyes? I need to progress faster here. Can I see things that tick quicker? So I just think it's time on task. It's his ability to process. And I think it's just that, he just wants to continue to learn and grow. And I think that's most successful people, no matter what you do, they're always trying to learn and grow. And he's obviously got the skill set to be able to do what he does and play at a high level. He's an accurate passer, big arm, and so he just keeps going, man. He just continues to get better.
What that mindset is of your defense right now, giving up more points than they would probably like, but still making critical plays when needed.
Yeah, it's to reload and go back to work and execute this plan that we have for these guys, and find a way to get some takeaways and make plays. I mean, it's really that simple, And we came up with 2 critical takeaways in that game that were big for us. So, as with anything, are there things we want to clean up? Yeah, but AG's got a good plan. Guys will be ready for this. We know the challenge. I mean, we just talked about it. I mean, quarterback's playing at a high level, and you got Jefferson over there. Addison's playing well. Naylor's making some plays. Hawkinson, now that he's back, is making some plays. It's a solid offensive line, smart crew. They do a good job up front, play hard. And you got Jones in the backfield who he can run it. He's also good out of the backfield as a receiver. So, I mean, we know we got our hands full, but there again, it's something we look forward to. These are the type of challenges you want. This is what you do it for.
You guys kind of talked all season about just your road mentality and your comfort there. Obviously, you guys went undefeated. That's a rare accomplishment. How freeing does that make your prep for this matchup, knowing, like you said, it's not the playoffs, win or loss, you're still in it, but to know that if you have to go on the road, it's not a deterrent.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, look, we're very comfortable on the road. And I've said it before, I think that comes with your preparation, time on task, guys doing it for a long period of time, the way we train, guys, they just handle those things well. So, yeah, hey, we'll do what we got to do. Now, our mindset is wholly on this game right now, and it's, you don't see it another way. I don't see it another way. It's about this next game, and it's about finding a way to win. No different than what we just did. We had to find a way to win that game, San Francisco, against a team that really, they gave us what they had, and they played hard. We had to do it in Chicago the week before. So it's the next one in front of us, and we got to find a way to win this game, period. And really don't care what it looks like. We just got to win.
The margin for error was so thin in the NFC. How did the last few games in the last probably 6 weeks that you've experienced prepared you for this one final one?
Well, I mean, I think I mentioned this, and maybe it was why my response was the way it was earlier, was that, I mentioned this what was it, after Buffalo? I don't know. But I feel like we've somewhat been in the playoffs for a while now. I mean, we've been in it for 3 games now or something. So, and that's kind of what this last stretch has been. Just the type of, the way we're going to have to play. And it's more about finding a way to win. And that's really the objective here, is do what we got to do, put our guys in position to make plays and find a way to win no matter what it looks like. And we've been in that mode for a few weeks now. And same thing this week.
Have to do it for that long, rather than just 2 or 3 games in the playoffs to get to where you want to go to have to do it for a month and a half.
No, I mean, I think you do what you got to do, and we're going to do what we have to do to give us the best chance to win.
Not a playoff game, obviously, but the atmosphere in Ford Field is expected to be like a playoff game. Just how much of an advantage can that be for you guys? Obviously, the LA and Tampa games were crazy last year. Just how much you looking forward to this one meaning so much, being at home, and the advantage that gives you?
Yeah, we always look forward to that. I mean, our fans are. I mean, we got the best fans in the league, and so it's the whole reason you talk about the 1 seed, because you feel like you got an advantage when you play at home. And not everybody can say that. We can, because we do. We are, the way our fans and our stadium are set up, it's a special environment. So, I look forward to it. We're looking forward to it. Yep.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. That was your coach, Dan Campbell, talking about some things. I didn't really hear that Anzalone was back, but I guess if you are at practice, then you are back. I wanted to find something here. Trying to find it. Okay, there we go. All right, let me pull the chat back out. Find that. There we go. Pull this back over here. Minimize this right here. Man, you know what? I'm starting to, I wonder if I do have, because I just abruptly got like neck pain like 2 hours ago. I was getting up this stretch and now my neck is stiff. So I'm like, man, do I really have COVID? Is Dan trying to make it seem like we're going to lose, we'll be good, they play to win the game? You know what, Kiera? That's kind of what I heard. Alex Anzalone is not going to play Sunday. Well, okay. I don't know that for sure. It's very few times that a person comes directly from like their 21-day window and they played the following or that game. If he did it, but if he was like, he was on IR for like an extended period of time, essentially, right? He had the first injury, then the second injury. So he was the exception, but not the rule. So I don't think we see Alex to the playoffs. That's what I think. Yannick won't clear waivers until Friday. That kind of doesn't make any sense, Master. I hear you, but because I was thinking about that, but I'm like, today. Okay, so what is the first? Like it's the new league week. It's not like the league is on pause, and even if they were, shouldn't that be Thursday? Because he was waived yesterday, right? So shouldn't it be Thursday? Today's Wednesday. So I don't know. I believe you, but I'm just like, it's kind of dumb. That is kind of dumb to me. And if it was a finger issue, what's up, Ones? What's good with you? All right, so I want to talk about this. Okay? Now, we just talked about this guy, and we going to have another, literally the last time we were on, we spoke about this guy. But I saw something, and it got me, it's a couple things I want to address, all right? So you'll know once I start talking about him. You know, I had went hard on a particular individual last week, and it was just ironically, somebody was coming to troll in the comment section, and that led me right into the video. And I was like, man, Derek, you went real hard at this individual after really kind of taking it easy on him all year. And that person is Bradric Martin. Now, I want to clear up some confusion in the comment section. I don't understand if you guys just don't listen well, or you are making the exception because of the stellar track record that Brad Holmes has. But the thing that you are missing, when I talk about Bradric Martin is the fact that the Detroit Lions gave up draft capital for a guy at a position of need that we whiffed on. That is the issue that I have. I'm not judging Bradric Martin based off of Brad Holmes' track record. That's not, no GM is perfect. Every GM misses picks. Brad is great. As a matter of fact, I just went and looked at his draft, and this is outstanding. Every last 2021 draft pick is on the team currently. The 2022 draft picks, only 2 of them are not on the team, James Houston and Chase Lucas. Every 2023 draft pick is on the team. Every 2024 draft pick is on the team. For a long time, going into basically the end of last year, every draft pick from Brad Holmes was on the team. So this is not a knock on what Brad Holmes has done. It is the whiff that is Bradric Martin. The fact that, again, he was inactive. Again, the fact that we put in a claim for a second-round pick I made a video about the Washington Commander guy. His name I forgot. It starts with a P. Turns out the Lions actually put in a claim, but because of where we are in the claim wire, we're not going to ever get anybody if they go through waivers. We're not going to ever get anybody. But we put in a claim for a second-round defensive tackle when we have a third-round defensive tackle that we traded up to get. That's the part that you guys don't understand. We traded up to get. Every person that we traded up to get has made an impact on our team. We traded up to get him. The fact what you guys are missing is that Bradric Martin was taken in the top 100 in the 3rd round where he had no business being. The fact that our D-line is still terrible and we traded up to get a guy who does not play. But the reason there's a couple reasons I wanted to make a follow-up video. One, the comment section. I mean, I don't understand, so I'm going to make it very clear. It's the fact that we traded up to get him. It is not what Brad Holmes has done. It is the fact that we traded up to get him. I know his track record is stellar. If you look at percentages, Brad Holmes' track record is at least 95%. I didn't count the number of draft picks the total draft, but out of those, only 2 are not on the team. That's got to be 95 plus. That's an A plus in his total 4 years of drafting with the Detroit Lions. It is the fact that we wasted draft capital on this guy. But last week in the video, I literally said, what did I say? That Bradric Martin was in a tracksuit. He was in a tracksuit. Okay? I wasn't even making that up. I'm about to show you. Bradric Martin was in a tracksuit. This is the second play of the 49ers Detroit Lions game. It's in .25 speed to avoid NFL copyright. There's the handoff of the little Deebo Samuel, one of his better runs of the night. He was a kick returner mostly. I want you to pay attention. Look at the top left of your screen. You're going to see as it comes into frame, there is an individual that was inactive in a tracksuit. Bing, right here is Bradric Martin. What did I say he had on? A tracksuit. He's right here. You don't get drafted 96 overall in the 3rd round where you give up trade capital and you're in a tracksuit. You are inactive when your team needs you the most. In a tracksuit, I was right. Right there. That's not what that. So in a year that we could have used an individual to get to the quarterback, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a problem getting to the quarterback. We're going to talk about a little differently as well in a different segment, just how bad the Detroit Lions defensive line getting to the passer is. And if you draft a guy that's in the 3rd round that you traded up to get, he is supposed to make an immediate impact. I promise you, all of YouTube, I am the only person that's going to talk about this guy. I'm the only person because he's not worth talking about. He's really not. And nobody else wants to upset. Look, the Lions are playing well. And I told you early on, if our season ends, it's going to be because we cannot get to the quarterback. Our offense in week 17 literally could not make a mistake. This game came down to Brock Purdy making 2 mistakes. Oh, and let's not forget about Jake Moody missing 2 field goals and 1 extra point. That's 7 points. Oh, they lost by 6. Maybe they win by 1. Our offense cannot mess up, and one of the reasons is because our defensive line. Now, granted, everyone is hurt except DJ Reader. He is the lone starter that is still, but if you trade up to get a guy in the top 100 and you give up trade capital for, and your entire defensive line, the starters are hurt and he cannot play, that is a whiff. That's an indictment on how bad he really is. And yes, it was a rare miss for Brad Holmes. It 100% was. Even if we win the Super Bowl, it was still a miss. It doesn't change the fact that this was a miss. Right now, we could use this young man's services, not on the sideline in a tracksuit. The dude is in a tracksuit, inactive for at least the 6th or 7th time this year. Well, no, I take that back because he was hurt the first part of the year. I forgot about that. That's how irrelevant he is. Come on, y'all. I don't understand this. We're not talking about Brad Holmes makes. I'm looking at the glass half empty because this guy, we need him right now. We need him right now. And my entire point of Bradric Martin and bringing him up is the fact that we traded up to get him. You do not hear me talking about Kobe Sorsdahl because he's a 5th-round pick. He's inactive just as much, but he's a 5th-round pick on an offensive line that was solid going into the season. Marcus Davenport, he got injured. Probably wasn't his fault, but we kind of saw it coming, right? And we're going to talk about just how bad this defensive line is. It really is bad. You can say a lot of things, but it's bad. And that's no indictment to the players. They are doing the best that they can. We are working with practice squad warriors right now. But Bradric Martin is not a practice squad warrior. He is a 3rd-round pick that was picked 96 overall that we traded up to get. There is no excuses for this guy. That's it. He has 1 year to turn it around. 1 year. That's all I'm saying. And outside of injuries, this season has been full of bright spots. We got the best record we've ever had. We won 8 games, franchise record 14 wins, franchise record home or 8 road games, undefeated. Franchise record. It's not about any of that. This is self-contained about Bradric Martin. I'm not talking about, our record is still, because I'm looking at the fact, I'm looking at this guy and this guy alone. That's it. So anyway, I just wanted to clear that up. And when I saw the dude on the tracksuit, the tracksuit is crazy. Crazy. I know that's probably what all the inactive guys got on. But I'm like, bruh, if that don't look like a sweatpants tracksuit, I don't know what does. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. The comment section was going crazy. Oh, we're Brad Holmes. Y'all brought that up. I didn't say nothing about that. My focus was this one man that we traded up to get on a D-line that now we are struggling for people. We are struggling. That's all I'm saying. Let me pull up this comment section. Y'all haven't seen me like this in a while. It ain't been nothing to, it ain't really been nothing to talk about. Wait a minute. We got a super chat. Do you think we still have a chance to get Kool-Aid Campbell? I really don't know. I don't know, man. You know what? Let's be honest. We don't got a chance to get nobody. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We don't have a chance to get, I'm gonna make the videos because that's what I do. But we don't have a chance to get anybody. We are second to last in the waiver wire. It is the Chiefs and us. That's it. We ain't getting nobody. Unless Kool-Aid Campbell can basically veteran his way. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Unless he can veteran his way. And what I mean by that is, well, you know what? I only want to play for the Detroit Lions. If anybody else claims me, I will retire. That's it. That's it. So listen. I've always been one to keep it a buck, and I'm going to continue to do so. Like, this has nothing to do, yeah, we win it. Oh, Derek, just be in the moment, all that stuff. Yeah, I can. But when your defensive line cannot sniff the quarterback with your defensive line, and you have a dude that you traded up to get, and he is not making an impact, it bothers me because we need him right now. We need this dude. We're doing so well. The punishment for doing well is a late draft pick, right? The punishment for doing well is a late waiver claim priority order. They're saying, listen, we're not trying to keep you guys, make you better. You're doing well, so you got to wait. You got to pick last. You got to get the scraps. Nobody's going to fall to us in the waiver wire. They're going to clear. And if they do fall, it's somebody we don't want. We don't want. Ezekiel Elliott. I made a video on my other channel on Lion Syndicate that will drop sometime today because we're the betting favorites, or we're the favorites to, like, one of two teams to be the favorites to get him. We don't want him, though. We don't want him, but that's the guy that'll clear. A guy we don't want. A guy we really don't need. I mean, I'm not going to say we can use anybody. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? But those are the guys that go through. All right, so I wanted to say this as well. I had to get that off my chest. I did, man. Anyway, DJ Reader literally doing it all by himself. You know what I'm saying? As far as the starters are going. But I saw this, and we got to have a conversation. We got to have a conversation. And hold on, let me pull this up because I want to make sure okay. The offense was banged up for half the year, and they still played. I want to see more. Miles Adams, a practice squad dude, got a sack. He's the one that injured Brock Purdy. His helmet hit Brock Purdy's throwing elbow, the same one he had surgically repaired, and now he's out. He's out. So again, it's not me complaining. I'm not doing all that. We're winning. I want to win it all, and until we do that, I'm gonna be. That's all I care about. But this was not an attack on Brad Holmes. It was not an attack on Bradric Martin. It really wasn't. It was just, and it wasn't, okay, well, he's doing so well, I can overlook Bradric Martin. No, I can't. I could overlook a Kobe Sorsdahl because our offensive line is solid. It is. And even though Taylor Decker is not what he used to be, he's going to be here for a few more years. Frank, that's going to be up to him. We probably re-sign Kevin. We've got Panay Sewell. He ain't going nowhere. Then we got Graham Glasgow. Christian Mahogany was like, I got you. You want to go? I got you. Our offensive line is pretty solid. The defensive line has been an Achilles heel since they got here. You cannot do stuff like draft a guy, 96 overall, that does not play. That's not a thing. Because when you get good, you can't get nobody. And then in free agency, we didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. I'm sorry, y'all. Marcus Davenport is nothing. He's nothing. Anyway, I've probably been holding on to that all year. Brock Purdy, listen, y'all got to go watch. If you want a laugh, there's a San Francisco 49er fan that's absolutely hilarious. His name is Grant Cohn, and he reminds me of what I would be if I had credentials. Like, people would hate me, and I don't want to be that guy. They would hate me. He went off on them over with that loss. It's crazy. And it's also crazy how many people want Ben Johnson. I mean, everybody wants Ben Johnson. It's crazy. It is crazy. Just outright saying it. Vildor is a huge liability. Look, I was up so high, and I said something in my live stream the other day about punting. I was actually, I stayed in the bathroom, y'all. I was just, and what I was doing was, like, I left a little bit before halftime, and because I wanted to grab something to eat. So instead of coming back up to the seats, then it was like older people in my row. It was a lady that she was super hefty, and I didn't want to, like, have her keep getting up. So I sat in, I just stayed outside, and I was kind of doing live streams. So I thought we made them punt, or the Lions punted or something, and it turns out we had 0 punts. Yeah, Grant is hilarious, man. He is hilarious. I feel like I'm in church. You got to stop being so emotional. I'm not being emotional. And then, okay, here's the thing. And I'm going to say this with respect. Of course I'm going to be emotional. Everybody in the game is emotional. Dan Campbell was emotional in the post-game speech. The brother has cried on the platform. Of course I'm going to be emotional. That sounds dumb to me. Why do I watch the game? Because I want my city to win. If I'm hurt because they lose, that's called emotion. Come on, man. And because I criticize Bradric Martin, I'm emotional? I am real. I am real. Come on, bro. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. They got Tom Kennedy doing punt returns. As a fan of the team, Grant Cohen is right. We kind of suck and underperform all season. You know what, Josh, what I like is I just like that he doesn't care. Like, he just keep it a buck. He doesn't care if – I remember when what was the guy a few years ago got into it with him, like literally called him out. That's probably right around the time I started watching, because I was like, who is this guy beefing with a 49er? And then I started watching, and so I will actually watch him even though I'm not a 49ers fan. Do you think Brad Holmes could be full of himself when he makes decisions? You know what, JD? I don't know. I don't think he's full of himself, but when you have a team that outside of the Lions' the first year, when we literally were dealing with scraps, the Lions have done well. We went 9-8, just missed out on the playoffs, 12-5, 14-3, worst case scenario. There's not much complaining. So I don't think Brad Holmes has become cocky. I don't think. But Bradric Martin, like, he was a miss, and it's okay to say that he was a miss. I don't think he turns it around. Y'all saw when he played in the Packer game, right? He was getting bullied. Like, he big enough that he might need a double team, but he was still getting destroyed on that double team. You know what I'm saying? So, but when we talk about emotion, I don't understand that. Of course I'm emotional. Okay, hold on. That's crazy, man. So I've had my computer for 3.5 years. And I got a subscriber, a guy that I've kind of talked to on a consistent basis, got to know, wanted to send me a computer. I have yet to open it though, because I've just been so busy, but I'm going to open it. But this was the year that I was going to probably get a new computer, a new, RAM and all that stuff. But yeah, we're about that time. So listen, Arnold Slap was epic. Okay, so I love that whole thing. I love the fact that Kirby came and defended his guy. It was a lot of stuff going on in that game, and Jennings and him had been getting into it from the very beginning. So I'm okay with that stuff. I'm all about defending my brothers. Like, I'm going to do that, right? So I'm just glad that they were offsetting, because that was a game that we wanted to win. Oh, it was Kinlaw. Okay. It was beef with Kinlaw. Kinlaw was mad about something that Grant said, and then that's what kind of started it. Yeah, he said they wind up making up. I hate when Brad gives up pick for unknown prospects. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Hey, Derek, it's my wife's birthday today and one tomorrow. Can you give her a shout out, please? Happy birthday, Yvonne in Wellington, New Zealand, from the Detroit Lions Syndicate. Well, that's crazy. You said it's Yvonne. Well, listen, how old is she? Congratulations on another year of life. Your husband is a supporter of the channel, and I'm sure he's good to you as well. Hey, I'm gonna start charging for that. No, I'm just playing. I get emotional about our Lions as well. I've gotten better over the years, but it's tough because I love this team. What's up, bro? I hope you had a great 2025. My birthday is coming up in 9 days. All I want from my B-Day is the Lions to get the 1 seed and win the Super Bowl. Good thing we took care of San Francisco as well. Listen, okay, no, we're going into Za'Darius right now. But it's all love, y'all. It's all love in the comment section. If I get hype and raise my voice, that's, would you prefer me to be like dry eyes and talk like this? Would you prefer me to do that? Or would you prefer me to listen, I got a thought. and I want y'all to keep an eye on this, okay? There's a AI channel that's floating around, and because I don't have, and I told somebody I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm so petty I can't help myself. I cannot help myself. I'm going to use the word alleged, then we'll talk about Za'Darius Smith. So I saw a YouTube channel, and it is 100% AI, and it is, I believe, allegedly, it is the brainchild of a creator that is already in this space. It is a lot of similarities between said creator and the AI channel, and I believe that they're run by the same person. This individual claims that there will never be AI, yet they have started allegedly started an AI channel. I assure you, you will never get an AI channel from me. It will never happen. I've thought about it, but I'm not, yeah, they easy work, but they're soulless. They have no soul. This is a soul. You can get the news from anywhere. It's literally 1 billion Lions creators. It's a lot of, those channels get a ton of views, but what they don't get is subs. They don't get interaction. Listen, I got something to tell y'all. I don't know how true it is, but after this guy said it the second time, I said, listen, it might be some truth to this. There's an individual, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put him out there like that, but that I was told kind of jokingly that I thought that if the Lions made the Super Bowl, this individual would give me a ticket. And I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. Stop playing with me, right? Don't do that. I'm not. So I'll brush it off. I brush it off. I see this same individual at the San Francisco 49ers game, and he tells me, again, if the Lions go to the Super Bowl, you got a ticket. I'm like, stop. And I know that nobody else has that. So anyway, okay, Braylon. Oh. Wow. Okay. Huh. So the Lions just released Jamal Adams. Wow, from the practice squad. Oh boy. Okay, we got to talk about this. Because, wow. Appreciate you, B. Wow. Huh. Okay. All right, y'all. What does that mean? I wonder if is this like Yannick? Is something is we planning something. And I think it's okay. All right, y'all. I gotta do this real quick. I gotta make this video. I have not forgotten about Za'Darius as well. We will talk about him. How long we been on? Okay, this is very intriguing. Wow. Huh. Okay. See, this is why when a producer would be nice. I'm getting a studio, y'all. I'm getting a studio. I promise you that. I'm going to make it make sense. I'm going to make it make sense. All right. We got to talk about it. So this, I got to do a Lions Syndicate video. All right. And we'll get back to Za'Darius. I haven't forgot. All right. All right. Now we got some breaking news, man. And it's breaking news because it's weird to me. It's weird and it's got me thinking. And that is, according to Adam Schefter, the Detroit Lions have decided to release defensive back Jamal Adams from their practice squad. Now, this is interesting to me because a few weeks ago, well, maybe 6 weeks ago, Jamal Adams, he signed and he was in the same boat as Tim Patrick, where he was going to be elevated. He was signed with the assumption or with the kind of idea that he would be elevated to the practice squad. Didn't happen. Got elevated once. Okay, usually that's what happens. I think it happened with Tim Patrick as well. Got elevated twice. Past 2 games have been inactive. Now, I believe in coincidences, but I don't believe in that they happen often. And I don't think this is a coincidence. Lions, it's 2 things that's brewing here, maybe both. The Lions, one, probably want to bring somebody in, that goes without saying, heading to the playoffs. But this guy was supposed to go to the roster. That's what we heard. That was the initial report. The second thing is this. I saw an article a couple of days ago, didn't have time to report on it, that Jamal Adams he regretted asking for a trade from the Jets. And I'm saying to myself, why are you talking about that right now? That's ancient history. You enjoyed your time with the Seahawks, but why are you talking about that? So it got me thinking, is there something that ain't clicking for him in Detroit? Now, granted, you spent the next several years with the Seattle Seahawks, so it could have just been, you know what, at the time, I regret that move. But I don't know. Maybe that's something I don't talk about. If I'm with a new team, I'm like, yo, I'm focusing on the new team now. And it's got me thinking a little deeper, because I believe in that sometimes there are stories behind this, especially if we hear something. Now, we didn't hear anything about Jamal, at least I didn't, about Jamal Adams and nothing working right and things like that. But now I'm starting to think about it. The Detroit Lions have a history of who they bring on their team. We talk about culture. We talk about being a fit for the team. I truly believe this is a case where Jamal Adams wasn't a fit. He wasn't a fit. Now, I thought he was. And I was very surprised when the Detroit Lions signed him, because the Jamal Adams that I remember just a year or 2 ago, he got into it with the neurologist after he was concussed. And he got into it with him, like physically. He didn't put his hands on him, but it was aggressive. And the guy was just trying to do his job. And I'm like, I don't know if the Detroit Lions vibe with that type of stuff. But Aaron Glenn, he got a history with them, and maybe he vouched for him, whatever the situation. And all this is 100% speculation from a basement general manager. I don't know this stuff. It just got me thinking, be outside the box. You sign a guy who has familiarity with the DC. You sign him with the anticipation you'll be on the 53-man roster. You don't get signed to the 53-man roster. Or it could have just been that he didn't pan out, that he didn't work out. He just didn't have it anymore. Maybe the Detroit Lions thought he did, and he didn't. And they released him from the practice squad. But all of this stuff, you inactive 2 games in a row. You're not elevated. You remain on the practice squad. You thought you were going to be on a 53-man roster. He was very selective. He asked to be released from the Titans earlier this year. I don't think this is a coincidence. I don't think any of this stuff is a coincidence. Not trying to put him in the same group with Isaiah Buggs, because that's a whole different thing. But sometimes when it was no coincidence that Isaiah Buggs was not playing. And then we found out later in the year that a lot of that stuff we were hearing is true. Now, I haven't heard anything about Jamal Adams coming from Detroit or anybody. It just is weird to me. It doesn't seem like a coincidence, but we got breaking news. The Detroit Lions released Jamal Adams from their practice squad. He was supposed to be on the 53-man roster. That was the initial report. And not only was he not elevated, he never got a third elevation, and he is not signed to the 53. That is weird to me. Something just doesn't feel right. But I will say this. It's got me thinking now. We talked about, is grit going to be enough? Are the Detroit Lions going to prioritize character over skill, over talent? I'm not saying Jamal Adams had a poor character, but initially he didn't seem like somebody we would have on this team based on what I've seen from him. I was actually shocked, and I started thinking, hey, the Detroit Lions are starting to think outside the box. We're bringing in guys, right? Could this be a situation where, okay, now they realize that they might need some talent? Like, you might have to deal with a few things attitude-wise, a few things culture-wise to win. You might have to compromise, make some type of compromise. Or was it something else? So I don't know, but this is weird to me. I don't think it's a coincidence that you bring in a guy who literally was asked to be released from a team to start the year. You don't end up on a team. You wind up picking a team later in the year. You never get elevated to the 53, and now you're gone. And it happened a few days after you talk about, or a report comes out that you regret being traded or asking for a trade from the Jets. It just doesn't sit right. But wishing Jamal Adams the best. He made a couple plays while he was here. But now I'm wondering, what is this practice squad spot for? Is it somebody that we've already seen, or could we be preparing for a new face? Could we be preparing for a new face? It's not Calais Campbell. He's on the team. Could it possibly be Yannick Ngakoue? I don't know. I feel like he's going to get claimed as well. But knowing the Lions, it's somebody we already saw. It's somebody that's been part of this team before that is coming back. So let me know your thoughts. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. We've laid the foundation, and we continue to build. And we don't have any AI channels. I'm not saying anybody does, but, you know, allegedly. They might. They might have some AI channels. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. All right. That's weird to me, y'all. Something seems off to me. He probably asked to be released. That seems off to me. Has Pittman played yet since they brought him back? That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, I believed him. I believed it was gone. Is Barnes coming back? I don't know. We have heard nothing. I'm just going to say no, because Barnes is running out of time. He's running out of time to come back. Yes, B-Love, we did see that. But something doesn't feel right with me with this. Yeah, okay, but here's the thing, though. He was released from the practice squad. So it doesn't, like, the people coming back from IR, they're not going on the practice squad. Khalif Raymond, Alex Anzalone, those guys aren't going. So this was this is not a coincidence, y'all. If he made, no. Jamal Adams was on the practice squad. He did not affect the 53-man roster. But remember, Tim Patrick started off on the practice squad. The initial report was that he was signing with the thought of being elevated. And Jamal Adams hasn't been active in 2 games. This is interesting. I'm going to tell you what. I hope it's not for somebody like, I don't know, Lawrence Strickland. I think Lawrence still on the team, but like somebody like that. Like, we done already seen this guy come on back, just back and rinse and repeat. Notice that, but didn't I tell y'all? I told you, bro, and I forgot to mention this in my video. I said when I made the video about Tom Kennedy being elevated to the 53-man roster and Jamal Adams wasn't, and I forgot to mention that. Because we elevated him, Chris Smith, and somebody else, while Jamal Adams was supposed to be on the 53. And then Chris gets waived, put back on the practice squad. Tom Kennedy chilling. And I'm telling you, I said in that video that it could be something. It could be that maybe Jamal was feeling some type of way. Because I do believe the Lions said, hey, Jamal ain't signing unless he going to play. He not. I don't know the man, but I feel like it ain't no way he practice squad. He feels like he's a starting safety. Wow. All right, this is intriguing. Okay, now I got to go back to... No, I didn't bookmark it. I didn't... Hold on. Okay, let me find... I got to refine the tweet. Wow. Kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. Okay. I don't know, y'all. I don't think we're going to be able to get anybody. I just don't. No, y'all, hey, listen. Do you really, what's up, brother, man? Do y'all, look, I'm like, I don't know everything about the game, but I'm like, I feel like when you talk about something every day, you realize like it's people that don't know as much as you do when it comes to just general information. Yes, Jamal Adams was not on the 53-man roster. Now, yes, somebody will have to get released from the 53 if we have 53 spots, meaning that we're full. But Jamal Adams was never on the 53-man roster. He was elevated twice. We had one more elevation. So he had nothing, his release had nothing to do with somebody coming back from injured reserve. Crazy. All right, let's talk about it. Now, I think y'all going to like this segment. This one's going to be good. So let me start off this segment by saying this is not an attack on the Detroit Times. I enjoy the Twitter account. Not an attack on just a question. And I'm not into attacking people because of their opinion or they ask a question, right? I'm into getting some dialogue together, and I'm never into attacking anybody, so I don't want you guys to attack either account that I'm about to mention. And this is not what I'm trying to do. I think it's a question, and I think that I have an answer for it, right? But I wanted to get you guys' opinion. And I saw this, and it really grind my gears. As a matter of fact, we haven't done the grind my gears segment for a while, but this might be like a grind my gears 2.0. And this is from, I want to show you the first thing, all right? This is from the Detroit Times. Says, is anyone concerned with Za'Darius Smith lack of production in the past couple of games? And I'm going to let you guys answer that. And that was cool. Question. I'm particularly not concerned, but I'm going to show you why and tell you why. But this is the part that grinds my gears. This guy right here, Packers fans, Vikings fans, we told you. What is it that you told us? What is it that you told us, Peter, that about Za'Darius Smith? Okay? This is, and especially coming from this guy here. I am not, especially Twitter, man. Twitter will get you riled up for no reason. But Peter, anybody from Locked On, it grinds my gears because they're so biased. And I think Matt Derry is probably, he could do a little more standing up. And listen, let me cut back to me real quick. This is not an attack on Matt Derry, okay? But Matt Derry is not a Lions fan. This is what Syndicate Sports Detroit is all about. This is what the Syndicate is all about. We are about getting fans to talk about their team. Because to me, it is difficult to hear things from people who are not fans of the team because you don't know the team like we do. So how can you speak on a team like you can't? And Matt Derry does a great job with Locked On Lions. No hate, no shade, no nothing. But he is not a Lions fan, all right? He's made that very clear. But Peter, what did you tell us, Peter? So let me tell you, Peter, okay? And every Lions fan that is concerned with Za'Darius Smith production in the last couple of games. Where do you think Za'Darius Smith ranks as far as sacks on the team? I'm going to give you some time. I'll give you 10 seconds. If you're watching this back on video, put it in the comment section right now. Matter of fact, I'll channel my inner chat, my chat sports. If you get an ad break, which you won't, comment in the comment section below. Name, where do you think Za'Darius Smith ranks in sacks for the Detroit Lions? Meaning, what number? Is he 1? Is he 2? Is he 3? Is he 10? Where does he rank? Let's see what the comment section is saying. Braylon says 4th. Shift Guy says, I wasn't expecting Za'Darius Smith to do much. Scouts Outdoor Services says 2. Braylon, correct answer. Za'Darius Smith, who has been part of this team since November 5th, who did not play his first game until halfway through the month of November, is 4th on the Detroit Lions with sacks. Can you list the other 3? I can, in order. Okay? Aiden Hutchinson, 7.5. The dude ain't played in 80 days. 80 days, he's got 7.5. Number 2, Aleem McNeil, 3.5. Number 3, big boy DJ Reader. And number 4, Reader has 3 sacks. Number 4 is Za'Darius Smith with 3. He been on our team for less than 2 months. And in addition to that, if you follow PFF and you care about all that stuff, he does pretty well on pressures. And if you have a defensive line who is made up of the mystery men, this isn't Hutchinson we're talking about. There is not a starter on our defensive line outside of DJ Reader. And Za'Darius Smith is the biggest threat that the Detroit Lions have. And when you try to do it all by yourself and you're 32 years old, you've been in the league for over 10 years, and you still come into a team in less than 2 months and you are 4th on the team in sacks, I don't have a problem with Za'Darius Smith production the last couple of games. You know why? Because it ain't coming from nowhere else. And what we talked about before, if it's only one guy you got to worry about, then you're going to hem that one guy up. Plus, Za'Darius Smith is 32 years old. He's 32 years old. Now, Calais Campbell, 38, putting in work. It's funny. And then I look at the comment section about, we tried to tell you. He's washed. He's all of this. I got no issue with Za'Darius' production. Because Za'Darius, without you, bruh, where would we be? Where would we be with no Za'Darius Smith? And if you watch the games, Peter, because you probably don't, and other Vikings and Packers fans, then you would see that Za'Darius is literally doing the best that he can. Like, seriously. And even though he's been the biggest threat rushing the passer since November the 5th, he still has gotten 3 sacks with this team. So, am I worried about Za'Darius Smith production over the last couple of games? I am not. I am worried about helping him get to the quarterback as we go into the playoffs and possibly seeing a Jalen Hurts, possibly seeing a Patrick Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson Wilson, a Josh Allen, possibly seeing a Jaden Daniels. That's what I'm worried about. I am not worried about Za'Darius Smith production over the last couple of games because unlike Peter, I know my team. And I know that the defensive line is the weakest spot on this team. And it was weakest with the starters. Let's not get it twisted. It was weakest with the starters. Our D-line was never strong. We was, Aleem McNeil, he was decent. So I'll take that back. It was still the weakest to me. But it was tightening up. We never got that bookend. Because Aleem is a dog. Aleem and DJ have done exactly what they were supposed to do. Aiden Hutchinson was the one-man wrecking crew. So, I still think it was the weakest spot. Because even with those guys, we know that DTs, they don't eat up sacks. If you get 15, if you get double-digit sacks as a defensive tackle, you are a stud. The Chris Jones, the Jeffrey Simmons, those guys. Quinnen Williams, dog. Right? Stud. We don't have those guys on our team. So I have no issue with Za'Darius Smith production over the past couple of games. My hope is that we can get somebody to help him. I'm not worried about it. But to Peter Bukowski, we told you. How about you worry about your own team, bro? And you try to get out that 7th seed. You worry about that. You worry about scoring. You know what I'm saying? And not waiting to the last 6 minutes to put up points. I mean, there are some guys that grind my gears. And you know what I say to myself sometimes? I'm like, wow, I wonder if people feel that way about me. Am I somebody's Peter Bukowski? I hope not. I really hope not. Is it the glasses? I might have to take them off. Let me know what you think, though. Are you concerned with the production of Za'Darius Smith? Oh, my God, bro. I'm feeling us for 2 sacks on Darnold. I hope so. I hope so. Do you think I do think he's getting that bonus? Well, so, okay. He needs 2 sacks. He needs 2 sacks. I wish he would have got some. If he got 2, he gets $250K. If he got 4, he gets $500,000. So I hope so. Because that'll put him at 5 with the Detroit Lions. And he's at 6.5 on the season, I think. Man. People don't know ball. Without Pascal, the team is worse. Aleem is amazing this year. His ability to hold the ground improved so much. Yeah, Aleem, it seemed like when he got lean, when he leaned out is when he got really good. Nate, what up, bro? So, bro, right now, I'm not feeling well. I'm gonna try to, get myself together, man, so I can be there because I feel like my team needs me, bro. So I'm gonna try to be there on Sunday. I really am. Plus, it's like game 272, but so I'm gonna be trying to nurse myself. I got what? Because I'm like, yo, it's already Wednesday, yo. It's already Wednesday. It's crazy. How long we been on? Let's see. Okay, oh my God. Man, I really do have the gift of gab. I really, truly do, bro. We've been on for almost an hour and a half, and that's becoming a thing lately. I mean, Dan Campbell's press conference took 10, 15 minutes, but still, wow. I mean, I wondered if I could run a 2-hour show. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the show. I'm going to just make sure there's nothing else to talk about. You know what? It's one more segment that I want to talk about. You know what? Let's do it. Because believe it or not, I try to make the content different on the 2 platforms. I really do. But sometimes it gets recycled because I talk over here. This is a more informal conversation. Like, Lion Syndicate is all about, I don't know. It's just a different vibe over there. This is where you and I can talk. If Z was selfish, he'd have the money in the bank already. I thought the same way, but I think he does a lot of unseen production as well. Betting apps already have the Lions versus Ram game happening on 13th. Anyone else see that? Okay. That's what we were going to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're tired of hearing about it, but it doesn't matter because it's not what you and I want. It's what the NFL wants to see. And I have told you guys, man, all I do, I'm like Morpheus, man, from The Matrix. We're going back to the 90s. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's in syndication. It's on TV. You can probably watch it. But I be right, man. I be right when I be talking about this stuff because I'm like Neo, right? When I said I was Morpheus, I'm more like Neo. I can see the code. And the code says to me that the NFL want to get that money. And that money is going to consist of your Detroit Lions playing somewhere deep into the NFL playoffs. As a matter of fact, I had a question for you guys. I asked this question, and I wasn't sure about the answer. But now I am 100% sure what the answer would be. If the Detroit Lions were in the Super Bowl, would it be the most watched Super Bowl or the least watched Super Bowl? Because they exist. My answer is the absolute most watched Super Bowl in the history of the Super Bowl. The last Monday night, Week 17 game of 2024 was the most watched game of the NFL season, beating the opening game with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Lions have been part of that for a long time, over a couple years now. We've been breaking records whenever we play in prime time. With that being said, the NFL got a couple of things they pushing. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, like I made a video on Lions Syndicate, that this is a real possibility. What am I talking about? You already know. You already know. Your buddy, your pal, your old friend, Matthew Stafford. The narrative ain't done just yet. And when you hear the word narrative, here, let me explain to you how I feel about the NFL. I don't think the outcomes of the game are predetermined. I think that there are storylines in the NFL. That's what makes it interesting. Otherwise, what would we have to talk about? If you go back to 2021, Matthew Stafford was traded, and the storyline was Jared Goff discarded. Matthew Stafford went from non-existing to everywhere you could look. He was on every magazine. All of a sudden, he went from non-existing to the golden boy of the NFL. And what happens? He won the Super Bowl. I saw it coming. Did you? You know what else I see coming? I see the narrative coming to its conclusion this year, if the NFL can make it happen. What do I mean by narrative is, why do we say don't put the games in the hands of the refs? Because the refs can sway the direction of the game. And as Lions fans, we know that. We've seen that. All right? The NFL, I'm going to tell you, the biggest two games of the NFL season, rating-wise, is always the Super Bowl. So it would be the Super Bowl whether the Lions are in there or not. The Lions in the Super Bowl, now we breaking all type of new records. I think it's the most watched Super Bowl in the, 59-year history of the Super Bowl. But I tell you what's almost as good as that. The Detroit Lions facing the LA Rams at Ford Field in the NFC title game. And last year was a precursor to that. How could that happen? I'm going to tell you how it can happen. And I think that it's a couple ways, because there's one way if the Lions get home field advantage, and then there's another way if they don't. Currently, right now, the Detroit Lions are the first seed. If they win on Sunday, they stay in the first seed. This is the way it works easier. Last year, the first seed and the third seed in both conferences were in the title games. Last year, the third seed, which was the Chiefs, went to the Super Bowl. We were the third seed, and we blew it, but we should have been there. That would have been 2 third seeds that played in the Super Bowl. Now, look what it is. Chiefs, number 1. Lions, number 1. We beat the Minnesota Vikings. We stay number 1. The LA Rams cannot drop from 3. They went from 0-2 to the third seed. They are stuck there. If we wouldn't see them into the NFC title game, and that's how that can happen. All right? So I think the narrative is at play 100%, and it will be no bigger game than Matthew Stafford standing between the Detroit Lions and their first ever Super Bowl appearance. I'm going to tell you what, that right there makes that 17-point lead look like child play. It looks like child's play. Matthew Stafford against Jared Goff. Ford Field. One man stands in between the other to get to that organization's first Super Bowl that you left. So the most watch games in the NFL would be the NFC title game with Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff at Ford Field. The second one will be the Super Bowl. Book it. Book it. Now, again, this is if the NFL can help it. Sometimes they can't. Sometimes it's blowout. Sometimes they cannot. They cannot sway. They cannot help it. But if they can help it, and that's the key, if they can help it, this is what I truly believe this is what it will be. Because I think that let's look at it like this. Let's cut back to it one more time. Because here's what I think. Rams, right now, they're probably going to face the Commanders. It's either going to be Commanders or Packers. I see them really beating the Commanders. They might beat the Packers. Then they would we would face if one of these teams, because the Lions we could see a rematch in 2 weeks of the game that we're about to see. It could be a rematch of that game, right? In the divisional. And then we would sit. That means that the Rams would probably have to go through the Eagles, or the Eagles could be upset. I'm not out of the possibility of the Eagles getting upset by either the Commanders or the Packers. because the Commanders are a division rival, and the Packers, that's what they do. They update as the 7th seed. As a matter of fact, how about this? Oh, my God. This is a new last-minute revelation. The Packers were the 7th seed last year. And they could go in and knock off the 2nd seed once again. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's, man, you cannot write a better script. And it's a good thing, I guess, the NFL doesn't do scripts, but they do storylines and narratives. All right. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will say this. If the Lions win on Sunday, check that when the Lions win on Sunday and they're the 1st seed, I think they punch their ticket to the Super Bowl because mathematically it happens more often than not that the top 2 seeds, one of the top 2 seeds are in the Super Bowl. More often than not. And if the Detroit Lions have home field advantage, they're going all the way. Anyway, this channel, nope, that's the wrong channel. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm doing too much. All right, y'all. I got to go get the kid. Man, thank you for helping me get through a rough day. It's been rough because I'm not feeling the best. I'm going to try to get me get it together so I can be at that game. Anyway, I will catch you on Lions Syndicate. We'll be back here on Friday for the last show of the NFL regular season. Yeah, but we will be on still 3 days a week, still, at least until the end of the Super Bowl, and then we'll reassess everything after that. All right. I will see you guys on Friday. Have a great day and go Lions.
Hello, good morning. Horns is blowing, and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.